warm greetings to you. In this session, we will try to understand the various marine policies and procedures to take effective policies. Marine insurance is believed to be the oldest form of insurance. It is concerned with the overseas trade conducted through sea routes. Marine risks generally relate to the ship or cargo. The traders and owners of ship always like to ensure the safe arrival of their cargo and ships. Marine insurance covers a large number of risks including sinking, burning of ship, standing or going astray of ship, accident, collision of ships, jettison, piracy, explosion, sea dacoities, stormy winds causing losses to the ship and cargo and many other perils of the sea. Marine insurance thus is an arrangement by which the insurance company agrees to indemnify the owner of the ship or cargo against the risks involved in marine cargo and ship. For this purpose, insurance company issues various marine policies because these are the legal documents of evidence of the contract between the insurer and the insured. These policies contain detailed information about the subject matter insured, risk covered, description of voyage, terms of insurance, premium, etc. The important policies are discussed here, which are issued in order to meet different demands of the insured. Shall we look into the policies one by one? First of all, we will take the voyage policy. This policy is issued to cover the risk from the port of departure up to the port of destination, no matter how long time it may take. The policy ends when the ship reaches the port of arrival. This type of policy is generally taken for cargo. The liability of the insurer continues during landing and reshipping of goods. The risk at the port of departure and at the port of destination may also be covered in this policy by incorporating suitable clause. This type of policy is not suitable for hull insurance as the ship usually does not follow any particular route. This policy may include time factor also. For instance, the voyage policy may be for voyage from Mumbai to Sydney for 1 year only. So, the risk is covered from one place to another for a fixed period of 1 year. Next, time policy. Under this policy, the insurance is effected for a specified period of time only. Example, from 10:30 am of January 2nd, 2001 to 10:30 am of 1st January 2002. Time policies are generally issued for 1 year, although it may be for more or less than 1 year. This policy may be extended beyond a year to enable a ship to complete the voyage. In India, time policy is issued for 1 year only. This type of policy is more suitable for insurance of the ship or hull. There are other classes in relation to freight, premium, interest, etc., which may be added to this policy. Students, do you know what is the next policy? Next is mixed policy. This policy is the mix of voyage and time policy. The elements of both the policies are combined in the mixed policy. This policy is issued for ships operating on a particular route and for a fixed period. The premium is comparatively lower in this category of insurance. This policy is suitable for hull and cargo insurance. Next, we will see floating policy. Floating policy is generally taken by merchants who regularly dispatch or receive goods to ensure all the cargoes expected to be shipped within a stipulated period by one policy. The insured purchases on policy for a lump sum amount without mentioning the value of goods and name of the ship, etc. Whenever the goods are dispatched, the insured makes a declaration about the particular of goods and name of the ship. The insurer will make an entry in the policy and the amount of policy will be reduced to that extent. The declaration by the insured is a must. When the total amount of the policy is reduced to 0, it is called fully declared or run off. The insurance company will inform the insured who will take another policy. The premium is determined on the basis of declaration made. This type of policy is suitable for those merchants who make a regular shipment of cargoes. All the shipments are covered automatically by declaration made by the insured. And next, the policy is for cargo. This type of policy is taken by the insured for the shipment of particular cargo only. The premium under this policy is also fixed by the underwriter in view of the risks involved and the value of the cargo. The contract of insurance gets terminated on the safe arrival of cargo at the port of destination. Next, blanket policy. This type of policy is taken by the insured for covering risks within a particular time and place. In this type of policy, the insurance is effected for certain amount and the premium is paid on the whole of the amount insured in the beginning of the policy without any knowledge of the value of the cargo or hull for which the insurance cover is required. The amount of premium is adjusted at the end of the policy period as per the actual value of risk insured. If the actual coverage is less than the total amount of insurance, the premium related to excess amount is returned to the insured. In the contrary, if the amount of shipment insured is more than the amount of blanket policy taken, the amount of premium is charged from the insured. Next, we will see freight policy. Freight is the payment received for the transportation of goods. The freight receiver, to protect the freight to be received, purchases the policy called freight policy. Generally, the owner of the ship and the freight receiver are one and the same person. Freight may either be received in advance or on arrival of the goods at the port of destination. If the freight is received in advance, then there is no risk to the freight receiver. But if a freight is to be paid at the port of destination, then as per marine law, it will be paid only if the goods reach the port of destination. If the ship fails to reach a destination due to marine perils, the freight receiver loses the freight. Freight policy is a device to protect the insured aging loss of freight. Then we will go to valued and unvalued policies. In valid policy, the value of the policy is determined at the time of contract and also written on the face of the policy. The value which is decided is called the insured value, and therefore, there is no need of partial loss. This value is not necessarily the actual value, but it also includes certain items. Number 1 is cost of the good. Next, freight insurance and incidental charges. Next, some margin of profit. Under valued policy, the value of the policy is not determined at the time of contract, but it is valued whenever the property insured is lost or damaged. In finding out the value of goods, freight, insurance charges and no margin of anticipated profit is allowed. Unvalued policies are not common in marine insurance business because valuation of loss poses a great problem at the time of damages near the port of destination. In hull insurance, the insurable value is determined on the basis of value of the ship at the commencement of risk. In freight insurance, the insurable value is the gross amount of freights, whether paid in advance or to be paid at the port of destination, and in cargo insurance, it would be the cost of goods plus expenses and insurance cost. The insured value in valued policy is not necessarily the actual cost. The greatest difficulty in unvalued policies is the determination of insurable value for the purpose of calculation of premium and measurement of indemnity. Students, next we will see single vessel and fleet policies. A policy may be single vessel policy or a fleet policy. When the whole fleet is insured under one policy, it is called fleet policy, and when one single ship is insured, it is called single vessel policy. The advantage of such a policy is that the owner of several ships can insure old and weak ships under the same policy. Exceptionally, poor ships are thereby counterbalanced by better vessels, and this facilitates easy availability of insurance benefits. Next, we will see declaration policy. Under declaration policy, the insured takes out an insurance for the maximum amount that he considers would be at the risk during the period of policy. This policy gives a better protection in those cases when the value of cargo fluctuates from time to time. The insured has to furnish declaration on a specified better protection in those cargo shipped. The premium is provisionally calculated and paid. The annual premium is determined on the basis of average of the amounts declared from time to time. If the actual premium is higher than the provisional premium, the insured has to pay the difference to the insurance company, and otherwise, if the actual premium is less than the provisional premium paid, the excess is returned to the insured. The declaration is made on specified dates or within 14 days of commencement of risk. If the insured does so, revised declaration, the old sum insured is taken as the declared value. In this policy, the insurer's liability does not exceed the insured amount. Next, port risk policy. This policy is issued to cover all the risk involved when the ship is anchored in the port. The insured gets compensation for any kind of loss occasioned by him on the port itself. The next type of policy is policy proof of interest or waiver policy. This policy is issued to a person who has no insurable interest is the subject matter of the insurance, and thus in effect is simply betting with the insurance to that he will suffer a loss. Legally, this type of policy cannot be issued. If the insurer does not honor the claim of the loss, the insured cannot get it through the court because such a policy is void and simply a gambling contract. Waiver policy is also known as honor policy. Then we will see composite policy. A policy may be undertaken by more than one underwriter. In this policy, the liability of each underwriter is separate and distinct. This is called composite policy. Next is block policy. Block policy covers both land and sea risk. For example, if the goods are sent by road to the port, then it will involve a risk on land also. If one policy is taken for cover the risks on land and sea, that policy is known as block policy. Then we will go to procedure of effecting marine insurance. Already we have seen the procedure for fire insurance and life insurance. Now we will go to the procedure of taking the policies in marine insurance. Generally, marine insurances are effected by insurance companies and Lloyd's Association. Procedure involved in these two is different. We will discuss one by one. First, we will discuss on marine insurance by insurance companies. In India, marine insurance business is being undertaken by 4 government companies and also by the private insurance companies. Normally, the same procedure is to be adopted while taking a marine insurance policy in any one of the companies. Selection of marine insurance company. First of all the person who is interested in taking a marine insurance policy known as prospect or proposer will have to choose any one of the companies mentioned to purchase his marine policy. Generally, proposer prefers to go in for a particular company which offers good customer service and prompt payment of compensation. Making offer by filling a prescribed form. After having chosen the insurance company, the proposer will be asked to fill up an application form which is prescribed by the respective company. The application form is normally given in the form of questionnaire in which the proposer is required to furnish details such as name, address, occupation or business, name of the ship, amount to be insured, nature of the cargo and type of risk involved, etc. Then acceptance of offer and payment of premium. On receipt of the application form, the insurer will go through each and every information furnished in it. If he finds that everything is in order, he will accept the proposal and determine the amount of premium to be paid by the insured. While determining the amount of premium, factors such as nature of goods or ship type, mode of packing and route, etc. are taken into due consideration. Then the amount and time of payment of premium will be formally informed to the insured and On the payment of insurance premium, the contract of marine insurance comes into existence. Then cover note. Immediately after receipt of a premium, the insurer will dispatch a cover note or a temporary receipt to the insured. With the issue of cover note, the insurer becomes liable for the risks covered under the contract. Then policy of marine insurance. Finally, the insurer will prepare a marine policy in a proper form with full details and stamps and will send the same to the insured. The policy is the final acceptance of the insurer and simultaneously it cancels the cover note given earlier. Then we will see Lloyd's marine insurance procedure. Basically, Lloyd's is not an insurance company. It is an insurance market of members. As the oldest continuously acting insurance marketplace in the world, Lloyd's has retained some unusual structures and practices that differ from all other insurance providers today. Originally created as a non-incorporated association of subscribing members in 1774, it was incorporated by the Lloyd's Act 1871 and it is currently governed under the Lloyd's Acts of 1871 through to 1982. Lloyd's itself does not underwrite insurance business, leaving that to its members. Instead, the society operates effectively as a market regulator, setting rules under which the members operate and offering centralized administrative services to those members. At present, marine insurance is undertaken by the Lloyd's Association and other companies set up for this purpose, and the standard form of policy evolved by the Lloyd's is still in use by all those who are carrying on marine insurance business. We look into the procedure ought to be adopted while getting marine insurance policy from Lloyd's Association. Offer to broker is the first and foremost step. First of all, the insured has to select and contact a broker for making an offer to get insurance policy. Usually, these brokers must be recognized by the Lloyd's Association. As such, the insured makes an offer to any recognized broker. Preparation of insurance slip by the broker. Usually, these brokers must be recognized by the Lloyd's Association. As such, the insured makes an offer to any recognized broker. Preparation of insurance slip by the broker. Any recognized broker to whom an offer is made collects necessary information from the insured and prepares a slip quoting the facts, for example, rate of premium, amount to be insured, name of the ship, type and nature of risk, description type and value of goods and condition of the ship, etc. Then he forwards the slip to the insurer to get the amount fully insured either by any one of all or by two or more collectively sharing the amount of insurance. Every insurer who wishes to insure the risk signs on the slip and puts the amount which he wants to insure and the rate of premium, and the slip is forwarded to any other broker to insure the remaining amount. As such, a broker may insure any risk partly to the extent he wishes. The slip is circulated among insurers until the full amount is insured, and then the broker prepares a policy on the basis of information and acceptances made by various insurers. Usually, insurers are the members of Lloyd's insurance policies. Then, issue of Lloyd's marine insurance policy. After the acceptance by the insurer of the offer made by the insured in full, the broker prepares a policy on the basis of the facts and information or acceptances of insureds given in the slip. He gets it signed from the different insurers who have accepted the offer in full or in parts. He then executes proper stamp duty on it, and then the policy is forwarded to the insured. In this session, we have discussed about the marine policies and procedure for effecting marine insurance. Hope you might have understood. In the next session, we will take up the next topics of marine insurance. Have a good day.